This is BENNYSTINGZ. Shout out to Respect the Vibe out here. Been boys since for a long time. He's been putting me on the shows for the longest. I have a great relationship, and this interview is long overdue, so I'm glad we're here. I was born in Mexico. I was born in Celaya, Guanajuato, Mexico. And I came here to the United States when I was 6 years old. I was smuggled in here. Like crack. Yeah, it was a dope experience. They paid a coyote to, that's what they're called, that's what the people call that bring illegal immigrants over here to the United States. I was smuggled over here. It was a smooth operation. I pretended to be somebody's kid, use their identity and shit. Everything's figured out though, so you know they can't come for me. We're good. Everything's good now. Growing up here in West Palm Beach, it was a great experience. I had to learn English. That was the first struggle that I had to go through. You know, I remember being in school. These teachers would talk to me, all these people. It was the orientation with the parents and teachers, and all the teachers just talked to me, and I looked up at my dad the whole time. I was like, what are they saying? What are they saying? And he'd be like, oh, they're asking if you like it, and I'd be like, yeah. You know what I mean? So just learning everything. It was a beautiful experience. I learned a lot of cool people in my neighborhood. You know, I'm still friends with a lot of them. It was very, very good from there. From there, I just took off. Growing up was pretty smooth, pretty good. You know, I had a wonderful mother. She took care of me. She did what she had to do. You know, what a mother has to do to provide for a child. My father, I grew up with my stepdad. He did his part as much as he could. You know, in life, it was dope. They always kept me out of trouble. You know. So my music journey, I was going through high school. I never really made music in high school, but it was in 12th grade where things started getting serious. Like, I needed to think of a plan. I needed to do something. I wasn't really good with grades. I wasn't really good with school. I was skipping a lot in 11th grade. And in 12th grade, it went on. So then they brought me down to the office. They're like, yeah, it's not looking like you're gonna graduate. So at that point, I felt like everything kind of tumbled down on me. Like, life was just bad. It was at its peak bad. You know, so I had to figure out where I was gonna work. I had to figure out what I wanted to do in life. I was going through an identity crisis, you know, growing up. All people go through that, you know, the ego death, you know what I mean? And that experience, it was horrible, and I didn't know what to do. And one of my friends, he made music. He introduced me to beats. He introduced me to lyricism, and I made my first song. Once I made my first song, it was a feeling that I'm never ever gonna forget. This feeling was the most amazing thing to me. It felt free. It felt like my soul finally touched me, if that makes sense. The person who I was really meant to be touched me, and I changed for the better. I changed who I was through the music, through writing my emotions down, through writing my experiences down. And I knew that it was something good. There was a lot of people telling me it was good, you know, that my music was good. Even my first song, they were telling me, yo, your music is good. So from there, it took off. It was beautiful. The first person I made a song with was with my dog Gabriel. Gabriel, he was the one who introduced me to music. I don't talk to him anymore. He went down a different path, but I love him to death, you feel me? We grew up together in school. He was the one who introduced me to all these great artists. I remember I had a little iPod, and I didn't have nothing on it. He let me borrow his Apple account. I downloaded all his music that he had, and that's where I found out about Kendrick, about Cole, about all these people. And like I said, to a Mexican kid coming from, you know, a different country, growing up here, and just trying to learn everything that's going on here, he really put me on, and it was because of him that I could really say that I grew my personality from, and it just took off from there. The next step was getting my music out there, was being heard. I had music, I had tracks, and all I wanted to do was be heard. You know what I mean? I didn't need validation, I didn't need anybody's approval. I was always very confident in what I had going on. Probably not in my image, probably not in showing myself, because at first I was very self-conscious about the way I looked and all these different stuff that a person goes through, you know. But personally, it was a very big challenge to get over getting behind the camera, people taking pictures of me. The next step was to perform. And I remember my friend Aaliyah, she got me into shows, doing shows. It was at Dream House. Dream House was where it was at. And I remember I met a whole bunch of cool artists. I seen a whole bunch of artists perform, like Poor Stacy. I remember Sad Generation. Those are some people that like I really liked, and I really liked seeing the performances, everybody there. And Aaliyah, it was because of Aaliyah that I got my first performance. And ever since there, it was the biggest adrenaline rush ever. It was better than making music. I finally got to show people, perform, and I'll still say it till this day. My music right now, whenever you hear it in the car, whenever you hear it, just wait till you see it live. If you ever get a chance to see me perform, do it. If I ever post shows, if I ever do something, come see me and come take a chance to see the sound that I'm giving to you guys, you know, the good news. It's all good news. As far as the music, right now I plan on making a project, of course. I want to make an official project. I've took out an EP, and that was in 2020. It was called Concrete Jungles. It was the best that I had at that time, and I haven't put another project out ever since. I've had a lot of ideas, I've had a lot of concepts that I've been wanting to do. I want to expand. I want to reach out to different artists. I want to do more collaborations out of country with different people. I want to expand. Right now I have some collaborations with different artists that have been in the game longer than I have, you know. Shout out to Speaks. I'm making a song with him soon, coming out. I'm very excited for that one. He's also a Chicano rapper. He's an amazing dude, and I've seen his music for a long time, so I'm very excited that we got to work on something. And I just want to expand. I want more people to see my music. I want more people to hear my experience, more people to see what I'm talking about, and just express my sound the best that I can. I see myself doing a lot for the community. I see myself doing a lot for the kids and making a lot of people happy. I'm never one to really indulge myself in money. Even though I'm broke right now, I'm not gonna be broke forever. And what is not broke is this, what I got up here and what I got in here, my soul. And that's what the last couple of years I've been trying to enrich. And I can say right now that I'm richer than a lot of people who have millions of dollars, who have billions of dollars. So my goal is never really to get money, but that is part of the equation for me to be able to expand out to people, to do stuff for the community, to put on for the next generation, and to put on for my children at the end of the day, because that's what I'm doing it for right now. I'm doing it for my offsprings, for the next people that are coming, even though they're probably not gonna make music, even though they're probably not gonna be artistic, who knows? That's up to my children, and that's up to what they want. But I definitely want to set a good foundation for them, and I want to set a good foundation for the people that are coming next, you know?
What would you say to somebody that's coming from another country, coming to America, and trying to, you know, fit into this society, trying to do their thing and try to find like something that they can, you know, they can just benefit from, you feel me, and do their thing?
Well, the first thing is you need to learn English. That's the first thing, first of all. Learn English, get that foundation. That's the one way you communicate with people, sorry. Ideas, the things that you have in your head, you need to find a way to communicate that with people. That's how it is, and that's the foundation of where you gotta start. Next is stay true to yourself. Find out what you like. Expressing music, expressing clothes, expressing hairstyles, expressing in people, find people, go outside. Don't just stay inside in the internet. The internet has taken over, and sometimes it's sad, but you can also connect with a lot of cool people. So it goes both ways, but definitely go outside, try new things, and just experience. No matter if you fall, no matter if you tumble, you always gotta learn from that, no matter what. So keep going and keep growing.
How do you feel about the Palm Beach culture and music? Like how do you, like, just talk about that a little bit.
So the Palm Beach culture, it's a little iffy, it's a little hard to work with. It's just like life. You're gonna find a lot of people that are positive, you're gonna find a lot of people that are negative, you're gonna find a lot of people that have this thing inside of them. Sometimes you could put work into your goals and you'll always get there, no matter if you're a good person, no matter if you're a bad person. Dedication is dedication. But what I feel about the people around here is you need to find the right ones that are for you. You need to find the right people that will push you. And you know, it's never bad to push on other people's success. It will never hurt you. That's one thing that is going to be positive. You put something out there and you receive it.
How do you keep your mental health like together? Like, what do you do to have this mindset and to, you know, elevate yourself?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Back when I was 18, 17, 16, I was a whole different person, you know, and I didn't want to be that person anymore. I wanted to change. So my whole 18s, 19, 20s was trying to figure out what I like, trying to figure out that old information that I didn't need anymore, was trying to figure out how to take it out of me, learn new information and bring it in. So one of the things that helped me out was my friends. My friends really helped me out in pushing all that, going outside. How I keep my mental health in check now, I listen to music. I listen to a lot of different music. I dive into a lot of different music. I feel like when you find the right ones, that's gonna stick with you and it frees your soul. There's a lot of people that are here before us, and there's information that is here already that you just have to figure out and you just gotta get to. The information's already here. Everything's already been done. You just need to figure out what you like and what you don't like. Express. I also write. I write a lot. I write a lot of poems. Anytime I can write down, whether it's on my phone, whether it's on a notepad, I just write my emotions down, what's going on, what I got going on, ideas, new projects. You know, to be a creative, you gotta have projects and you gotta have the determination to really want to put these projects out. That's what keeps you busy and that's what keeps you youthful. You know, one thing that I say is that a person can be 50, a person can be 60, a person can be 40. That doesn't matter with the word youth. The word youth is what you have inside of you. You can be 50 and be full of youth. You know, usually everybody like talks about how the youth is really just for the children, just for the teens, but it's really not. I've met a lot of people who are 50, who are 60, who are just full of youth. They're like children. It's a beautiful thing that they have inside of them. And learning from them too is a beautiful thing. And that's what keeps me and my mental health in check. Just seeing all these great people and knowing that I could be 50 one day and I don't have to be sad about life and I don't have to be a grungy old man. That's what keeps me going, you know? This mentality is gonna be pushed onto my children, so I know that I gotta keep myself in check for the future generation that's coming, my family later on.
Who checks Benny when you know, like when you're not really in the right mindset, you know, like you kind of drifting off, like how do you check yourself, or who checks you?
My friends check me. I have a couple of close friends. Shout out to my boy Derek. He checks me a lot. He does. He puts me in check whenever I got stuff that I don't need to be doing. He definitely tells me what I got going on. That's a brother to me. I have siblings. I didn't grow up with them, but Derek is one person that really puts me in check. Also, another friend, Zach. He puts me in check. Zach Bordeaux Productions, especially with music, especially with being an artist. He's one of the biggest reasons that I'm here right now and that I'm doing what I'm doing. And without him, it would not be possible. A big person too is myself. I like to talk to myself a lot. Maybe not out loud, maybe sometimes out loud too, but I definitely do check myself. I keep myself very on point. One of the things that I really like about myself is that I keep myself out of trouble. I keep myself out of things that I don't need to do, you know? And that's one thing that I needed to overcome when I was 20, when I was, younger. I needed to imply those certain moralities inside of me, because I know that I'm gonna be 30 one day, I know I'm gonna be 40 one day, and that's when I really check myself and go, what do you see yourself as being that? You have the power right now to change it. So I check myself big time, all the time. The next 10 years, I see myself expressing more, creating more, diving into, right now I only make music, I only rap. I wanna make beats, I wanna produce, I wanna play instruments, I wanna make art, I wanna draw, I want to create films, short films. I want to dive into my creativity, dive into all these new projects that I want. Also, clothing is a very big thing for me. I want to make clothing. Right now, I've started making clothing. You can probably see it around. It's called Why Bleach. That's one of the best ideas that I've ever came up with. And my boy Julio also helped me out a lot with that. Shout out to Julio Studios. He's a big help and a big part in that. And I started about 4 years ago making clothes. I use bleach. What I like about bleach is that it's kind of a stain on a shirt. It doesn't come off, so that stain that you don't like, stuff is stained on your clothes. Usually it's looked down upon. Well, I flipped it around and I made it something good. It's not screen printed, it's not none of that, it's bleach. Why bleach? And definitely want to get into that later on, providing clothes for the youth, just doing all of that.
What's something you'll say to the youth right now that's like going through something, trying to find themselves? They could be depressed, they could be they just want more for themselves. Like, what would you say to that person?
I would say to that person to find people who you really trust. Don't isolate yourself. Find yourself in the music. Find yourself through the artists, the right ones. They're out there to help you. They really are. Me, I had a great father figure in my life, but he was my stepdad. He could only do as much as he could do, So if you have your father, your mother, also talk to them. There's no reason for you to be hating on them, or, if there is reasons, find a different way, find through music, but you can always find a way. Never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams. If you don't have dreams yet, please go out there and find some dreams. Strive for the betterment of the world. What you are here to do, every individual one of you guys, is to give to this world, to give something to this world, to give something to yourself, and to bring purpose for yourself. Dive yourself in the books that are gonna help you. Do some research. Right now, we have all the information at your fingertips. All the information that you have is at your fingertips right now. And you can just look for it. Just dive into yourself and know yourself.
You got any shout outs? You got anybody that you want?
Yes. Shout out to Zach Bordeaux Productions for doing everything. Producing, videograph, photography. He does it all, one-stop shop. We're trying to put on for the community too. We're trying to put on for the youth as well. We're trying to work with different artists and do stuff and come up. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help out. So if anybody ever needs anything, videos, if you need photos, if you need music, you need beats, Zach Border Productions is your guy. Just everybody, a message for everybody, just keep being you, keep expressing, keep doing what you gotta do, and life is beautiful. Don't ever think that life's not beautiful. If you ever hit rock bottom, just know that you can only go up from there.
Thank you, fam. Appreciate you coming on the platform. You know, we're going to keep doing these interviews.
Hell yeah.
Whenever you know you got something you want to say.
Yeah, let's get it.
Thank you, bro.
I'm happy. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.